I want to welcome you back to Black Side tonight. We're going to talk about LeBron James, Draymond Green, Kyrie Irving, Jonathan Isaac, and many other NBA players who believe it's your individual decision to make when it comes to taking the jab. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. The women of The View have come out and they are attacking LeBron James right now because he refused to make a statement telling the whole black community and America to take the jab. He and several prominent NBA players believe it's your personal decision if you want to take that jab, and they refuse to make a statement. I want you to listen to one of the best statements made during this whole unvax and vax issue. It's with Draymond Green. A lot of things Draymond Green has said in the past I disliked, but this statement is one of the best ever made on this subject. So let's listen to Draymond Green.
How dare you leave this team and not go tend to your wife for what that can mean for this team? That's something that's personal to him. That's health related. That's something that's personal to his family. This is no different. This is we're dealing with something that to me feels like has turned into a political war. Um, when you're talking about a vaccination and non-vaccinated, I think it's become very political. And for someone who's not extremely into politics, uh, when you make something so political and people, not everyone is into politics, then you can also turn those people off. And I think there is something to be said for people's concern about something that's being pressed so hard. Like, why are you pressing this so hard? Like, so much, you're just pressing and pressing and pressing. I think you have to honor people's feelings and their own personal beliefs. And I think that's been lost when it comes to vaccinated and non-vaccinated. And it kind of sucks that that's been lost because you're essentially not giving anyone. You say we live in the land of the free. Well, you're not giving anyone freedom because you're making people do something essentially without. Necessarily making them, you're making them do something. And that goes against everything that America stands for, or supposedly stands for. And so I don't think, no, I know I'm not in any position to go tell him what he should or should not be doing. Um, and as a leader of this team, I'm not going to go to him and say, hey, man, we really need, how the hell, you do what you feel you want to do. That has nothing. I'm not going to go and ask him, did he get a polio vaccine? So why would I go ask him if he got a COVID vaccine? That would be like me telling him, like, yo.
And Draymond Green is 100% right. Should I ask him any other personal questions that has to do with his medical information? But we have so many people on the payroll of the federal government, specifically Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We have heard Charles Barkley. We have heard other members of the media, especially Stephen A. Smith, basically saying that these young men like Andrew Wiggins and Kyrie Irving should be traded off of certain teams because they refuse to take the jab. But Draymond Green stood up not only for himself but his fellow teammate, but he actually did something that was incredible. He stood up for the Constitution, which give us that individual right when it comes to our freedom, when it comes to our medical freedom. You have the right, if you have cancer, to take chemo or not. You have the right, if you have diabetes, to take the medication or not. But this one, you have no right. And they have took it to the point to where if you don't take it, you lose your job, you lose your income. Basically, you lose the ability to feed your family. So really, it's a mandate. And it's a mandate that has been forced upon you by an authoritative Biden regime. So the women of The View go after LeBron James. And what LeBron James had to understand, once he signed up for the woke brigade, he has to understand, he has to understand that every liberal socialist issue that comes up, they want him to promote it, and they want him to promote it strong to all his Twitter and Instagram followers. And if you don't do it, you will be attacked and treated as though you're the enemy, just like you were a conservative, a Republican, and a Trump supporter. See, once you on the team, you must stay on the team. And you got to understand this, LeBron, Draymond, and the rest of them. The beast is never full. You have to always feed that woke beast. And when you don't, yes, it's political. It's always political. Remember, when the vaccine first came out, they said if it comes from Trump, the same people who telling you right now that you must take that vaccine said they wouldn't take it. Just because of one individual being in the Oval Office. But now that that person won the election and is in the Oval Office, him, Kamala Harris, and the Democrats, now they're forcing all Americans to take the jab. And if you don't take the jab, you're done. So you see all these Americans across the country being fired, hundreds of thousands, because they refuse to take the jab. They refuse to follow the mandate. This is how they take away your individual freedoms. This is only the beginning. What if they tell you that meat could help spread this so-called disease, man-made? And they tell you it's a mandate that you can't eat meat. What you gonna do? Man, there's plenty more coming down the pipe. And they're coming after you. And they're coming after the Constitution. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.